Tensions between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley have escalated following this week's episode of WWE Raw, with both superstars exchanging harsh words on social media ahead of their upcoming clash at Survivor Series 2024. The two women are set to compete on opposite sides of the women's WarGames match this Saturday, and their rivalry has only intensified as they prepare for what promises to be an explosive showdown. Rhea Ripley, who is part of the dominant faction the Judgment Day, took to social media to take aim at Morgan and her relationship with Dominic Mysterio. Ripley mocked the pair's relationship, dismissing it as fake, and suggesting that their public displays of affection were nothing more than a ploy to convince fans they were truly a couple. Ripley's comments came after the two have been embroiled in various storylines, with Mysterio often linked to Ripley in a romantic angle that has captivated WWE fans. Ripley's jab aimed to undermine the legitimacy of Morgan and Mysterio's on-screen chemistry, casting doubt on the authenticity of their relationship. In addition to targeting Morgan's relationship with Mysterio, Ripley also took a shot at the reigning women's world champions' tag team accomplishments. She specifically criticized Morgan's reign as part of a tag team with Raquel Rodriguez, mocking their success and pointing out that the team had held the titles for 156 days, but only defended them a few times. Ripley didn't mince words, calling the reign pathetic and mocking the team's perceived lack of dominance. Tag titles, held 156 days like 3 defenses pathetic, Ripley wrote. You and Raquel run from everyone comical. So dominant. Ripley's sarcasm was palpable, using her words to question Morgan and Raquel's ability to truly dominate the division. Ripley's criticism suggested that while Morgan and Raquel may have held the titles for a considerable amount of time, they had failed to live up to expectations, particularly when it came to defending their titles against formidable opponents. Ripley also took the opportunity to remind Morgan of her position in WWE, emphasizing that the end was near for the women's world champion. Ripley's message was clear. She believes Morgan's reign is coming to an end and that she is ready to take the title for herself. In what seemed like a veiled threat, Ripley wrote, "The end is near popcorn party popper," signaling that she is confident her time to rise to the top is imminent. Liv Morgan, known for her fierce and unapologetic attitude, has yet to respond directly to Ripley's comments, but the war of words between the two women is far from over. With Survivor Series just days away, fans are eagerly anticipating what will surely be an intense and highly charged women's WarGames match. The stakes are high, as both Morgan and Ripley will be looking to prove their dominance, not just within their respective teams, but in the overall landscape of WWE's women's division. The rivalry between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley has been building for some time, and their clash at Survivor Series is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated moments of the night. As the match looms closer, both women are clearly focused on asserting their superiority over the other, with Ripley's social media post adding fuel to an already fiery rivalry. With both women bringing their best to the table, Survivor Series will undoubtedly be a battleground where not only personal pride, but also championship aspirations are on the line. Ripley's bold statements are just the latest chapter in what promises to be an ongoing saga between two of WWE's top female superstars. The war of words between Ripley and Morgan is a perfect example of how WWE superstars often use social media to fuel storylines and build anticipation for upcoming matches. As both women continue to trade barbs, the WWE Universe is left wondering just who will emerge victorious at Survivor Series. Will Liv Morgan prove Ripley wrong and maintain her hold on the Women's World Championship? Or will Rhea Ripley make good on her promises and take the title from Morgan? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain. The tension between these two women is at an all-time high, and Survivor Series will be the ultimate battleground for their rivalry. Liv Morgan has responded to Rhea Ripley's recent social media post with a biting comeback, continuing their heated war of words ahead of their clash at Survivor Series 2024. The two women are set to face off in the women's WarGames match, but it seems their rivalry has reached a boiling point well before they step into the ring. Morgan's response, filled with sharp humor and confidence, directly challenged Ripley's criticisms and made it clear that she's not backing down from the fight. Ripley had mocked Morgan and her tag team partner Raquel Rodriguez for their lack of title defenses, calling their reign as tag team champions pathetic. She also dismissed Morgan's relationship with Dominic Mysterio, implying that it was fake, and ended her post with a cryptic message about Morgan's end being near. However, Morgan was quick to fire back with a series of jabs that aimed to undermine Ripley's claims and assert her own dominance in the division. The first point Morgan addressed was Ripley's criticism of her title defenses. In her reply, Morgan joked that Ripley should be familiar with the issue of defending titles infrequently, referencing Ripley's own reigns as a champion. 2 defenses. My boys are 2 for 2 parting face. And your point, Morgan wrote, adding a playful emoji to her comment. She continued by sarcastically remarking that Ripley should know all too well about not defending a title regularly, a subtle jab at Ripley's own history as champion. By bringing attention to Ripley's occasional defenses, Morgan cleverly flipped the criticism back onto the Eradicator, making it seem like a non-issue. Morgan also took issue with Ripley's comment about her and Raquel running from everyone. She hit back by suggesting that she and Raquel were simply smarter than to engage in unnecessary fights. Why would Raquel and I stay anywhere to fight? We have nothing to prove. We are smart, Morgan quipped. The underlying message was clear. Morgan and Raquel don't need to fight just for the sake of it, and their decision-making shows strategic intelligence rather than fear or avoidance. Perhaps the most pointed part of Morgan's response, however, came in her remarks about Ripley's relationship with Dominic Mysterio. Ripley had accused Morgan and Dominic of being over-the-top affectionate, insinuating that their relationship was insincere. Morgan turned the tables by claiming that Ripley's frustration stemmed from jealousy, stating, "You're just jealous because Dominic didn't give you affection or treat you the way he treats me, smiling face with hearts." She further compared her own relationship with Dominic to Ripley's, concluding, L plus D are plus D, a clear reference to Liv and Dominic's relationship being superior in her eyes to the one between Ripley and Mysterio. Morgan's playful yet sharp response suggested that Ripley was envious of the affection she receives from Dominic, adding another personal layer to the rivalry between the two. Finally, Morgan reminded Ripley that her true challenger for the Women's World Championship was Io Sky, not Ripley. Io Sky is my #1 contender, not you. Cry about it face with hand over mouth, Morgan wrote, further dismissing Ripley's claim to the title and emphasizing that Ripley's involvement in the feud was irrelevant to her title defense at Survivor Series.